So good afternoon and welcome to the Dumfries Ice Bowl again for the second round of games in the English Mixed Doubles Championship. This afternoon we're focusing on the game between Owen Rees and Annabelle Martin, playing against Harry Pinnell and Mia Andel. We're just in the first end here. The teams have done their last stone draws, and Pinnell and Andel won the right to have the hammer, and they are now coming down the ice here. Coming up towards the red stone, it's a bit short there. So at the moment, Rees and Martin are lying, Pinnell and Andel are lying one at the back of the rings, and Rees and Martin are lying second shot on the 12 foot on the centre line. The other game going on is between Anna Fowler, Tom Jagey, and Andy and Jackie Taylor as the next sheet, and I'll keep you up to date on that as things progress. So that one there from Rees and Martin goes through the back, and so Pinnell and Andel are going to try and draw around behind the centre guard into the centre to lie two. So that one was a bit short there from Pinnell and Andel, and now Rees and Martin will be trying to draw one in behind the guards there to lie shot. This is Rees and Martin's first game in the competition. They had the bye in the first round. The bye this round is Stuart Brand and Andrew Wilcox, who, if you're watching earlier, you will see they lost in a very tight game at an extra end against Anna Fowler and Tom Jagey. So this one coming in here from Rees and Martin comes in there behind the guards to lie shot. So it's one shot at the moment to red, and Pinnell and Andel will now try and follow that in, or better it, to take their shot here at the first end. So one shot there for Reese and Martin at the first end of this game. And the stones lined up right at the second end. So a little bit of background to the people playing this game. Owen Reese is a teacher at a school called Beacon School down in Sussex, and he has done a very good job in getting a whole troop of youngsters up to Fenton's Rink in Kent every week to take part in the curling. Annabelle is one of his pupils there, and the other two come from various schools around about the Kent area. Mia Andel comes from Walthamstow Hall in Sevenoaks, and Harry Perel comes from St Gregory's in Tunbridge Wells. And we've got a good schools programme down there in Kent, a number of schools taking part in junior programmes, and an English schools championship is played every year in March, where 4 or 5 schools in the roundabout the Fenton's Rink in Kent participate. And the fruits of the junior programme can be seen. In fact, Anna Fowler, who was playing earlier, she was one of the earlier juniors to start curling at Fenton in Kent, and has progressed through juniors to the English ladies team and in mixed doubles. Has played in World Championships for mixed doubles and the European Championships for mixed and for ladies. And there's a bit of a heavy shot there from Mia through the house. But they're still line of shot, so it looks like Owen will have to try and come round the out turn and try and put one on top of that blue one in the middle. Mia and Harry are also got the opportunity to go to Grenoble in France in February to participate in the International School Sport Federation's World Winter Sports Games, which are being held in conjunction with the Olympics, and they will be going out to Grenoble in February to play mixed doubles, and also to play after mixed doubles is finished in the mixed competition with a couple from another country. It gives them a chance to meet people from all over the world coming across to Grenoble to play in a short mixed doubles tournament. So that stone there a bit heavy through toward the back 12 foot. I'm not actually sure what they were trying to do there, whether they were trying to tap up the red, because there was a route around the other hand in towards the centre of the circles to lie in the back of the blue at the back there. But Owen likes to play around the in-turn there, and he's gone a bit far, hanging on the back, so it may count in the end of the game, end of the end. We shall just have to wait and see. So now is Harry and Mia counting around that side, and that's a bit short as well, so that's a guard there. So it does guard the centre a bit, so it reduces the space available for Owen and Annabelle to come round to the shot. So still coming around in that in-turn hand. Reese and Martin just pushed up that red stone, and it's probably lying short position now. But it is a bit open, half hidden behind the guard perhaps, but obviously the short heel now for Pinland Handle to try and take that out. And roll inside to the top of the forefoot. This is a heavy shot, just a hack weight, tap back, just tap it back to the 12 foot. And roll across to cover the front of the button and lie to. So here's a stone coming here now on the red side. Let's push that further up. That's definitely lying short now, but only the one still. So still a chance for Pinland Handle to perhaps get that red out, but it's going to be maybe jamming in the back blue. So it's not quite as easy as it was. But if they hit the right hand side as we look at it of the front red, then we come across and take the red out and roll out. The two reds should roll out, and they could end up lying two. But they're actually going down the other side now, unless they're going to try and draw into the button. Harry's still looking, still thinking about what to do, but I think he's going back to actually do a draw here. So Shushi Mia coming out to deliver this stone. There she goes. Now she's following up to sweep it. And coming down from the far end towards us now. It's a bit heavy, is it? Harry doesn't look to be, or it's maybe a bit tight and catching the guards. So that's going to be, I think, one red. That's going to make it 2-0 to Reese and Martin. Or there's stones still to go. My mistake, it looks like there's still stones to go. Again, there's very little on here, and I think all the shots are on the other side of the sheet here, the left-hand side to look at it. I'm not sure what's happening here now. They've all gone off the bottom of the screen. Oh, and here come the Reese and Martin team again. I mean, I think the shot here is a draw around on the out turn. There is still a draw around there to the back blue, and you could get around that way or put a guard up that side. There's nothing much on the other side of the house for Putting and Andel to deal with. The only real shot left is a draw on the left-hand side there. So it's Annabelle Martin throwing this stone now. And it's still on the intern side. So we're still trying to do something on this intern side. It looks like another guard, I imagine. But really there's no danger down that side, I don't think. It's coming across a little bit. So another guard up there on that side, but there's still a draw, as I say, on the other side for Harry to come round to. Okay, it looks as though Harry actually threw that stone away and didn't try with his last shot. So that's one red for Reese and Martin. Make the score 2-0 after 2 ends. So here we are, N3, and I'll just update the scoreboard to 2-0. And that's a good shot round there from Annabelle. Or was that? A good shot round there from Annabelle. Push that stone back a bit and nice shot behind the guard. So I think we're going to see a similar shot coming up from Harry or Mia. I would play the other hand here probably because the stone's sticking out the other side. But certainly a little freeze into the red stone there is what's asked for here. So it's Mia throwing this first stone at the third end for her team. Coming around on the out-turn side. It's a bit high and heavy at the moment. No, I think that one's a bit too large. And that's more like a barrier weight than a draw weight. In mixed doubles, you can't remove any stones from play until the fourth play stone of the end. So you get at least 5 stones in play before anything is moved. You get 2 placed stones plus your first 3 stones played, and then after that you can start taking out stones of any colour. But before that, if a stone goes out of play, the situation is returned back to where it was before it was hit. So it's like a free guard zone in normal curling, but it extends over the whole sheet and it extends to all stones, not just the opposition stones. So now we've got Owen coming around on the out turn there, and this is shot is really Mia who's been playing, just to come onto that red and freeze on it, and that's a very good shot there. And it's going to be very difficult to move those two. Really got to follow that round and maybe try and separate them a bit by giving the front one a bit of a tap, move the back one back a bit. The freeze was just giving Lang second shot, so we really need to move the 2 stones a bit just to open them up and give them a bit more freedom to hit them later on in the end. So this is what Harry playing here now. So the stone coming down the same path that Owen came down, and he needs a bit of sweeping there. It could be a bit light. He's going to miss the guard, I think. Oh, I just caught it. So I think Owen's shot now must be to put a guard up here to stop them getting through to the 2 reds now. He hasn't got last stone, therefore he should be trying to steal. And stealing a 2 here would be a useful 4-0 lead after 3 ends. So another shot in there from Owen into the button there, into the 1 foot. So we got 3 red stones there. So he ignored my idea of a guard and he put all of it in. And sometimes attack is the best forward defence. So yes, so Harry's now playing a bit weight. I think he's, from Mia, he seems to play it a bit wide. Is he on the front blue? He is. And he's clearing it away, so he's opened up the head now. So he could get to the red stones with his next shot. So I think now Owen has to play a guard on that side to replace one that's just been taken off. So Owen really pouring the stones in the house there. Harry's trying again now. He's got something this time. He could get a couple of you. Well, he got one. Red is still lying 3. And well, Owen could put a little bit on the button there to really make it difficult to move them. Or he could just say put a guard up again. But now Harry and Mia will only get 1 maximum out of this end. So Owen could really put a guard up quite short and leave Harry to make a shot on the other hand. So a guard there from Owen, and that leaves Mia to try and come through the gap between the guards and hit that redstone on the nose and pick up a 1 shot. She's played the same way she played for her first shot, really, which is a barrier weight, and that would hopefully remove the. Would get to the front stone. She's not going to get 2 out of it, or she would make sure she gets a 1. Here it comes now, and oh, she's missed. Oh, and she's moved her own back one. So that's another 3 for Risa Martin. That's a good attempt by Mia. Just about half a stone off, and she's got the shot. But 3 more for Owen and Annabelle. Makes it 5-0 after 3 ends. So the first draw of the fourth end here, and that's a good draw in there. Not quite totally in front of the blue, but it's in the 4 foot, and of course it can't be removed for a while, so it's so in play in the house, and could going to be an important stone later on in the end. So that stone has actually moved the guard out of the play, so it has to go back the guard because it's not the fourth place stone of the end. So we now have two red stones in the house, but unfortunately that's a bit short, that blue one. So we're still lying one red, which tapped up the second red and pushed the back of the 8 foot. So there's a chance now to come round on the other hand for the reds to push that blue back. You'll see on the back of Harry and Mia's t-shirts there, the Kent and Sussex Junior Curling Club. It's a junior curling club that's formed down in Kent at Fenton's Rink a few years ago, and did a lot of fundraising to get juniors off to competitions such as the European Junior Challenge and recently the World Junior B Championships. So a lot of very good input there from the parents of the children, who did a lot of work to raise money by laying on lunches and running raffles, etc., to get funding for the junior curling. And that one is a bit heavy, in fact. That was coming through the back. So, a chance now for Harry, Pennell, Mia Handel to come round, maybe, and come there just in the middle on the intern. This is coming in, it's just slightly heavy, it's going to the back of the 8 foot. So it's still, I think, red line 1 at top of the 4 foot there. And another chance for Reese and Martin to come round and put a little bit in the centre of a circle. Just a draw weight, T weight. Plenty of room to go around the guards. There's a draw once you get past the guards. Should come down into the centre of the circle quite well. And we're doing line 2. But that was slightly too heavy as well. So it's still a chance there to come round onto button for Harry and Mia. The redstone there was just a bit heavy and they just didn't get the draw at the end. Just rubbed off the blue stone marginally. So another mistake there, leaving that blue short. At least having fun out there. It's all about curling, it's all about having fun, as well as winning your games. But as long as you're having fun, just after our last session here, the session of ladies curling was on between our last game and this game, the very first end of one of the games. We saw an 8 end scored. 8 end in team curling, of course, is very rare. Especially the first end of a game, obviously one team had their eye in, other team didn't, and I'm not sure the game finished up in the end, but it's a bit difficult to get over an 8 end deficit after one end. So here's this redstone coming in now. That looks a bit high and heavy again. And this is going to catch the draw at the end, but I think it's still going to catch the back red here. And that's slightly ahead, and yes, so still a chance to come around here to the bottom. I don't think they get to that red, which I think is still lying short. But they're going to just try and come round. The guard has just played to right into the centre of the circle. Oh, are they looking the other side now? I don't think there's much chance here, because if you hit the red, you're going to jam it onto blue. Unless you can get round the guard by nothing, get to inside of the red, when you might get a chance of a 2. It's a fairly delicate shot. But you've got to try them sometimes. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Here it comes round on the intern side, but I think it's going to be high and heavy again. The weight's probably not too bad. No, it's just a bit high and wide. Ah dear, I think that's one more red. That'll make it 6-0 at half time. After 4 ends, half time break. It's 6-0 for Reese and Martin. And in the other game that's taking place on the next sheet, the current score is Fowler and Jaggy 4, Taylor and Taylor 1. That's after 4 ends, so we have their half-time break as well. So now we have a change of tactics here from Harry and Mia. They have called a power play, which means the stones are pushed to the side of the sheet rather than the middle. And they're going to try and use the corner guard to build up some shots there before they can draw the middle of the house for maybe a 2 or a 3. So Owen and Annabelle have got to try and deal with this now. They could probably draw around behind the corner guard and freeze against the blue stone. They could even put up a short guard themselves and then use that to draw around with the next shot. That's another option where they bring the play back in the centre of the circle. They are 6-0 up. They could afford to lose a couple. But they could try and steal again by putting a stone in the centre. But they're trying to tick the guard out of the way, which it does successfully, and put in a centre guard. So that's a very good shot. That's actually an excellent shot there, which has opened up the stone in the house and sent up a centre guard for them. And we just saw one of the other club curlers who are playing here walk across there, pick up the measure, and walking back across to measure, obviously in his own game. So apologies for that interruption to the coverage. We're back now with the situation with Harry and Mia throwing their stone. Are they going to try and draw in the centre guard themselves? It looks like they were trying to, but yes, it's still, they're trying to put their corner up. Yes, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that. Well, Owen seems to think he can hit it, but obviously at the moment he can't hit it because it's only the third stone at the end. So I hope the umpire's on the ball there if he does hit it. Wait to see what's happening here now. The stone is on its way. Should be at the top of the screen very shortly. I think it's just a draw to try and draw behind the centre guard. So he realised he couldn't hit the blue out, so he's drawing behind the guard. He'll bring it back as far as he can. And that's a stone in the house. So if Harry can hit this out and roll behind the centre guard, he would give himself a couple of stones in play. He has to try and get some scores on the board this end. You need to get more than one. Well, having put up the corner guard, he could draw behind that other corner guard and hope that the inline two side shots, and he maybe will choose one of those to count if he get access to the centre redstone. No, in fact, he's trying to come around the centre guard there, a bit short though. And he's now blocked off that access to the centre of the circles. And I think Owen's going to just block up the other side. Either a short or coming into the top of the 4 foot. By the way, apologies to those who are watching on YouTube. I think you may find that it still says Margarita curling against these games. That was the last time the system here was used. The Margarita Curling Club had their bonspiel here a few weekends ago. We are arranging to get the heading changed, and it should soon read English mixed doubles. So that still leaves the shot open now. So Harry and May can still get access to the shot here. They get a roll behind, they lie 2. Dumfries Ice Rink here also runs a very successful international mixed doubles competition in the spring. Teams from all over the country, all over Europe rather, arrive. And also in the past, teams from America and Canada, and last year 2 teams from China. So they're well used to mixed doubles here in Dumfries. Ice is repaired, got a good draw on both hands, into the centre on all the sheets, which is what you need for mixed doubles. But here we go with this next stone of Mia's, trying to get to the red, take it out. She needs to be, it looks good if she gets past the front guard. She's hit it and she's going to roll it. No, she's good. She's well played. Good shot, lies 2. So Owen now looking at possibly getting rid of both of those blues. And forcing Harry and Mia just to take a single. So here is Owen trying to double, and he's got 1, he's got 2, and he's rolled behind the guards. That's a great shot from Owen there. Gets the double and rolls behind the guards, and that was pretty well protected. So it leaves Harry and May looking at a draw to the button again. That's a super shot from Owen. Owen also has a men's team in the English Championships, which are played here in February. And in fact, one of his teammates in that team is Harry. Owen has been playing the English Championship for 3 or 4 years now. And in February, we have 7 men's teams and 2 women's teams competing for the 2 championships. The current title holders, skipped by Andrew Wilston and Lisa Farnell, will be returning to defend their titles. And hopefully we'll have a live stream from that event as well. But currently we're looking at this attempt by Harry and Mia to get a stone into the middle of the house. That's looking a bit steamy. Again, we just haven't quite got the draw weight here. That's more like hack weight, so we just need to get our draw weight better. So now, Owen, yes, he's just been running the top of the 12 foot to guard that draw in there. And if he can get it to bite, then he'll be lying 3, because the front guard, front red, is currently lying second shot. So here comes the draw, and that's looking at a better weight. Is he going to reach a 12 foot? Is he going to reach a 12 foot? No, he's not there, but it's a good guard. Yes. The problem is don't get any easier here for Harry and Mia. They've now got to try and squeeze a blue in there somehow. I'm not sure we can get. Maybe we can get through the gap with a bit of draw at the end, but any weight down that line is going to run quite straight. Possibly this angle raised on the outer blue that Harry's looking at there. Certainly middle blue I don't think would get to the shot. So, yes. I think the outer blue angle on that could be quite an interesting shot to play. Okay, so we don't know what they're doing here. We'll just wait to see what happens. So they're coming off the far end to get ready to play. So it's Harry Pinnell to play this shot. Let's see where it ends up. He's trying to get through the gap, but that's a bit light again. I think that's two more red stones. Makes it 8-0 after 5 ends. Unfortunate there for Harry and Mia. They looked to get a good end set up. They just have a couple of stones that then Owen played that great double and roll behind the guards, which kind of made it very difficult for him to score more than one, Harry and Mia. And unfortunately they failed to do so, and it's two more for Owen and Annabelle, 8-0 after 5 ends. Back to a normal lineup here for the sixth end of this game. Once again, Owen and Annabelle have the first stone to play. And the stone is coming down, but just splits the front guard a little bit. And through the choice of which side you come round, you've got to draw around into the middle there, so it's a case of which hand you come round. There's a chance now with that guard at the front. They've got a chance to get a second shot into the 4 foot to lie to. Just to find the draw weight. Someone comes in there, it's just a little bit offline, but it's just offside the 4 foot, but still 2 stones in play. He still can't have a hit yet from Owen, so he'll have to content himself with trying to draw around and maybe beating that one and getting into the middle of the circles. He cannot hit until the 4th stone at the end, as I've said before, and so this has to be another draw. So Owen just opened up there, so that's okay. But if me and Harry could put a guard up here now. Then Owen will have to start hitting to clear the front. On the other game at the moment, it's 4-2 now for Fowler and Jaggy, and the power play going on, and at the moment Fowler Jaggy lying 3 shots. So we'll see that game progresses. It's obviously quite a close game. Last year in the final, Anna and Ben Fowler played against the Taylors in the final last year. Neither team was undefeated. And the score at the end was 6-0 to the Fowlers. So obviously Taylors were looking to get some revenge in that. And here's a good shot from Owen, and he's takes the back one. So they're still lying 1. Blue, Mia and Harry. Bring another one into the house, lie 2. As long as they set up another double for Owen. No point in guarding, they need more than 1 really, and they've got to try and get 1 hidden. And force Owen to chase that one, and then hope he misses it and try and draw a 3rd one. They've got a nice guard there to draw behind, a nice draw off the centre line behind that guard that's just offset from the centre. Finding the draw weight is proving quite difficult so far, but let's see how this one goes. Oh dear, that was drawn badly there, right off to the side, so obviously wasn't quite the right ice for the shot. And so Owen has another chance to take out his blue. Owen's on his way. It's a fairly hefty shot again from Owen. Try and get rid of this blue stone. Here it comes. It's looking a bit wide actually. Is he going to miss it? He's missed it altogether. Yeah, it's quite heavy there and it just didn't draw at all. So, chance to draw for two. Give himself plenty of ice, more than the last time, and just draw gently into centre circles. Once again, both are up at the far end. One throwing, one delivering, one sweeping, and it's very difficult actually to play a shot because there's nothing to aim at. And I'm just wondering if, at this stage of their development, they should actually still have one person in the house at all times, because that then gives you an idea of where to aim for. And if you don't have anybody there, you're not used to doing that, it can be quite tricky. But this one's coming through. It looks like it might sit, or is it going to go too far? Oh, it's just a little bit too far again. So just one at the moment lying there. And now Annabelle's turn to try and hit this one. Yes, that was a good line. It was just a bit heavy. And obviously, if it had been draw weight, it would probably wrecked in the guard. So more ice probably required as well. And it looks like this one's a bit wide as well. So yet again another miss at that open blue stone. So another opportunity to draw for two shots. So it's Mia's chance now to draw for two. Make sure she takes enough ice and gets the draw weight. We will broadcast again for the next session of play here, and that will start about 7:20 this evening. So here's Mia's draw coming in now. Is he going to get past the guard? It's a bit short. Come on, keep it hard. They might get it there. They keep it coming. No, it's just a little bit too short. So that's one blue. Yeah, one blue. At least they're off. They're on the scoreboard. It's 8-1 for Reese Martin. Oh, and in fact, there's a shake of the hand there, so that's that game over. Reese 8, Martin 8, Pinnell and Andel 1. We'll now try and switch it over to the other game, and so you may see some flashing images while I try and get the camera set up to watch the game between Fowler and Jaggy and Taylor and Taylor. Here the situation now in the other game between Anna Fowler and Tom Jaggy against Andy and Jackie Taylor. Fowler and Jager are playing the Bluestones. Currently line 1, and the overall score, as I said, was 4-2 for Fowler and Jager. So we must get quite close to the end of this particular end. Yeah, see the stone coming in from Fowler and Jager. Trying to get to that yellow one, I think, to July 3 or July 2, but it's curling a lot. Will they wick off the front blue? That's a particularly lucky outcome there. And that's 2 blues. That's 2 for Fowler and Jager. That, I think, makes it 6-2. I'll just go and check that shortly and get back to you, and we'll watch the rest of this game. So yes, the score is 6-2, and we've got a power play called here. In this game between Fowler Jager and Taylor and Taylor. Taylor and Taylor called a power play. And this is the second stone of the pool one in. It's coming over a little bit past it. No, it's going to lie in there. So they've got 2 now behind the corner guard. So a good shot in there, to lie shot from Fowler's Jäger. Leaves Andy Taylor a bit of an issue here, what to do now. It's still just the fourth stroke of the end, so they could hit it. But obviously 6-2, 4 down, they want to try and make sure they get some shots here. So you could do a freeze on it. Corner freeze on that, I think. And maybe be able to use it again later in the end. So it's Jackie Taylor throwing the stone here now. Andy giving the brush. And Andy dashed out to help the sweeping, which maybe implies it needs the weight rather than the line. And in fact, it's looking at it coming quite quickly. And that is going to be going through the circles, I think. That's back round plus, I think. Anna sweeping it out there, and yes, there's a bit of an overthrow there from Jackie. So another chance here for maybe Tom to hit and roll across. Or he could just draw to the other side and split the house and lie 2. I think he's just going to put other freeze onto the corner of that blue one, make it even harder to move. And if he lines the blues up, then they will impulse move without hitting a yellow out. So he's just going to try a corner freeze onto that front blue. And it's not bad, it hasn't quite come as far as he did, in fact, come too far. He's pushed the blue back a bit. So just slightly heavy on the freeze there. But still quite tricky for Taylors to move them both. So it's a tricky decision here now for Andy and Jackie Taylor. Still trying to puzzle out how they can get some advantage from this shot. At 4 down with just 2 ends to go, they really need to score something this end. If they lose any more shots, that'll be 5 down with 1 end to go, and you can only score 6 at the end at mixed doubles. So it looks like they're trying to hit something here. From that amount of ice, it looks like they're trying to maybe hit the front one onto the back one and split the back one out and the front one across the way. So we could get a fair movement of stones here. The stone is on its way and it's coming past the front guard. It looks like it's quite wide. Is it going to catch the back blue or cut the front blue? Oh, that's not the best results, I'm afraid. Just a bit wide there, and really they've needed to get much more into the face of the front stone. So a chance now for Tom Jaggy to put a guard on the 12 foot here to basically take these two blues. The double is the shot that they would have to try the tailors. If they try to hit the blue, then the yellow's going to go anyway. So really a 12 foot front 12 foot guard should protect the situation quite well for Fowler and Jaggy. So that's a good guard there from Tom, maybe a bit short. It means that Jackie can still draw around behind that, but it does mean that the hit is no longer an option for Andy and Jackie. And they're going to try and come around here and freeze in the blue and maybe get a 2 out of it. So Andy rushing out there to sweep. Does that mean it's quite light? Since he's shortly, he's going to come in the top of the screen, and it looks a bit light, and it looks like it's drawing onto the guard. Oh no, he's sweeping well. He's going to get it there, is he? It's a bit short. It's a bit short. So yeah, line looked okay. Just a bit of weight shortage there. So again, another front ring, or in front of that from Fowler Yigi here should protect that shot again and leave Andy with a draw to button really, or a draw to 4 foot to save the end. In fact, Fowler Yegi just drawing to the other side of the house there. So line 2, not really a double on, and Andy now will be trying to draw into the 4 foot to out-count those 2 shots and to keep this game alive. Score at the moment is 6-2 for Fowler Yegi. He really needs to get this shot in here. I don't think there's any way of getting more than 1. So really it's just a draw to the 4 foot. So Andy comes up short with that to draw, and there's 2 more for Fowler Yegi. He scored 8-2 and a shake of hands there after 7 ends. So that's the second win of the day for Fowler and Yegi. And we will be back again on the ice here at 7 o'clock for practice, but transmission will start at 7:20 for this evening's games. Goodbye for now.